When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged.
The Matrix is trying to control your mind. They're very good at it.
Andrew Tate could be the biggest threat to the government system because he's constantly exposing it and waking people up to the truth.
Everything you see on TV is a control mechanism. They're trying to control you. They're trying to dampen your life force.
This ultimately led to all of his accounts getting banned. He even warned us that death could be the next step.
Now I have to make sure they don't try and suicide me, because what happens if you don't shut up eventually, that's what comes next. So
in this video, we're going to dive deep into what Andrew Tate is truly trying to expose.
If by some freak accident our graves end up next to each other, everyone's gonna read my headstone and ignore yours because you're fucking average, and there is nothing worse on this planet than Mr. fucking Average.
The name Andrew Tate is very controversial, but even if you don't agree with everything he says, there is truth in a lot of it. The Matrix is a term that Andrew constantly uses to define reality.
I always knew that the Matrix existed.
the Matrix is real.
I've literally escaped the Matrix in nearly every form.
And the reason I call it the Matrix is because a false reality is being projected onto humanity, and they do that by controlling narratives.
If we take a look at the movie, it almost perfectly correlates with our actual society. People are put into a fake system that is meant to stimulate the mind. And if you pay attention, real life isn't too different from that. But not a lot of people realize it.
We live in a world where I don't think the average person realizes how much they are lied to. It's all a lie. It's all a scam. Just go to work, pay your taxes.
This is why there's so many powerful systems controlling the world. And one of the main ones is called money. Money is used as a tool that can make almost anybody do anything. This is why we constantly go to a job that we hate. It's not because you want to, it's because you get money for it. Many people agree that jobs are modern day slavery. Andrew Tate broke the entire slavery system down, proving this theory right.
You used to be a slave and you'd work all day, and at the end you got food in the house. Now you work all day, you get money, and you spend all your money on a food and a house. A government would get slaves, make them work for free, and build things. So they've stopped doing that now. So what do now? They get people, make them build things for money. But the government print all the money. So if a government can create as much as they want of something from thin air, and you'll give up your life for this thing they can create from thin air as much as they want, you are still their slave. If you actually wake up and look around you, you realize you're being destroyed in real time.
Let me know by leaving a like on this video if you believe that this theory is true. This is why it's so important to understand the system that we live in. We're able to understand it, use it, and take advantage of it. Andrew Tate is a prime example of how this can actually happen, because he understood the system, broke free from it, and now he's living freely and abundant while technically still being a part of the system.
The best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win. Yes, the rich are always going to get richer, and that's the way the game is set up, so you still need to find the best move on the chessboard. There's no point sitting there saying, I want to play a different game, because that's never going to happen.
The analogy he used was GTA. Your character can't escape the game, but he can level up and make the game his own world.
You talk about GTA, Grand Theft Auto. I know the game, making as much money as they can, getting the best guns, getting strong, getting some hoes, meeting important people, getting the best car. They'll do all that in a game, but they won't do it in real life. I don't need to play a game for GTA. If I want a gun, I'll fucking buy it. If I want a car, I'll fucking buy it. I want a bitch, I'll get her. It's me. I am GTA. And this is one big video game. You get to upgrade your character. You're not born with any value. You have to decide if you want to complete it. You have to upgrade your character.
But how can you gain full control of your life and break free from the system? How can you make your life feel like GTA? The answer is simple. Learn how to control your mind. The main reason people are so caught up in the system is because the system has control over everyone's mind. Things like the news, social media, blogs, it consumes almost everybody's mind, which is why very few people think for themselves.
The news told you X, and now you are desperate. You will sit here for hours arguing that point. No, but I saw the news. A lot of people are completely empty vessels ready to be programmed. The things they're telling you to believe are not necessarily for your benefit.
There's even a documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. They admitted that everybody that is active on social media is being watched and monitored very carefully.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
So social media is ultimately a trap to keep our minds distracted from the truth and to feed us information that isn't. But the problem is most of us fall right into the trap because it's entertaining and it's easy to access. Whatever narrative is created by the Matrix can easily get pushed through the media.
That's what they do to control all of us. You have to break the trap. If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life. You can't control anything besides what you think.
So why are you not controlling your own mind? It's your asset. It's your ally. It's your friend. Why would you make an enemy out of the only thing you have control over?
You will truly be able to break free from the matrix if you learn the power of your mind. Believe it or not, changing your mindset and waking up to the truth can be as easy as you make it. Andrew Tate even suggested that you can blink to solve all your mindset problems.
It's a conscious decision. If you find yourself unable to focus or concentrate on tasks, you must blink and cure your brain. If you find yourself unable to go and dedicate yourself to something you don't want to do, you must blink and cure your brain. The way the mind functions has changed so significantly in the last 10 years you wouldn't believe.
So do you believe you can actually solve your problems with a blink? Let me know down below. We talked about the possibility of living inside of a matrix, but we never talked about why it actually exists. So what is the agenda of the matrix?
It's just narrative control.
Right.
The agenda is narrative control, and as long as they control a narrative, they can control the populace to do whatever they need them to do. You change all the Google search results, everything online says a certain thing must be true. They prevent people from talking the counter to that narrative. They now own reality, and then you weaponize it for your own benefit.
If this video is starting to change your perspective, be sure to smash that like button so YouTube can push this to more people. It's clear that Andrew Tate was growing at an extremely fast rate. He was getting very close to taking over social media with his ideas. But since most of his ideas went against the system, he had to be stopped. All of his accounts were instantly and permanently banned with no explanation.
Nobody told me, whether it was YouTube that banned me or Meta that banned me, instantly and forever without any kind of correspondence.
Now there's many theories on why this could have happened, but the one that makes the most sense is that Andrew Tate was actively changing the world while also exposing it. The media feared that too many people would wake up from the truth, because people would control the narratives of their own life and the elites would lose power.
Then something has to change, and they don't want anything to change, so they try and keep this population subdued, and I'm telling them to do the opposite. I'm telling them to think.
And like I said earlier, there are many systems set in place for a reason, which is to make sure this matrix is ran a certain way. But Andrew Tate was exposing the system and waking up millions of people a day.
My main message is to resist the slave mind. I say this all the time. To understand that every single thing you're being told has an agenda behind it, or you would be told otherwise. To examine every strongly held belief you have and try and identify where it comes from and why you have it.
He was even starting to get more attention than our own US president.
I was the most Googled man on the planet. More than Donald Trump, more than Joe Biden. I was that Googled.
And not only because of how he felt about women or misogynistic allegations, but because people were starting to wake up. Let me know what you think about Andrew Tate's views on the world. Do you believe we can actually be living in the matrix? And do you believe we're being controlled by a system? If you want to see more videos like these, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on post notifications. Thank you for watching and break free from the matrix.
This will happen. Stands that the people inside of the matrix realize that something isn't right, so they escape the matrix. Once they've escaped the matrix, they realize how the matrix works, and they plug back into the matrix with new powers. And then they hack the matrix, and then they escape again. That's what I do.
The matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, it is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.